The fashion for off-the-shoulder evening gowns necessitated a style of the chemise, the basic undergarment, which also drifted off the shoulders. Long, open-leg drawers were worn beneath the shift. They reached below the knee in length. Victoria wore stockings of fine silk stockinette. They were usually cream, but she also wore pink and black, amongst other colours. Silk garters were worn below the knee to keep the stocking secure. The stays were back-fastening and laced closed through metal eyelets. The neutral colours of white and beige were the standard for stays at the time. A skirt enhancer or bustle was worn to give added lift to the skirts. The ties were passed under an inverted hook placed below the waist at the centre front of the stays to avoid the bulk of knots spoiling the line of the waist. The fashionable bodice, which suited the petite Victoria, was for a waistline which dipped into a V at the centre front. Petticoats were designed to sit just below the waist. A number of cotton petticoats may have been worn, some tucked and trimmed with whitework lace. In order to achieve the fashionable bell-like shape of the skirts, before the invention of the steel-hooped cage crinoline, various stiffenings were used. Victoria's pink silk gown was depicted in the first illustration of the royal family and their German Christmas tree. Victoria's gown was a simple, elegant, off-the-shoulder evening gown. It would have been lined with glazed white cotton and edged with fine piping. The bodice fastened edge to edge at the centre back with concealed hooks and eyes. The bodice was boned and had a V-shaped waist, which had the appearance of lengthening and narrowing the torso. The bodice neckline was finished with a bertha of Honiton lace, and the neckline was adjusted to fit by means of concealed cord at the centre front. Evening shoes were flat and delicate, made from fine leather or silk to match the gown. They were held in place by silk ribbons, which crossed over the top of the foot and wound around the ankles before tying off in a bow. A single deep pocket, concealed in the right-hand seam of her gown, allowed Victoria to discreetly carry personal items, such as a handkerchief or fan. In December 1848, an article appeared in the Illustrated London News entitled "The Christmas Tree at Windsor Castle," which included an illustration of the royal family around the children's present-bedecked Christmas tree. The German Christmas tree had been a tradition for the British royal family since about 1800, but it was this illustration that brought the idea of a Christmas tree to the attention of the general public and popularised it as a British tradition from then on.